Hello everyone. Today we will be building our scene. We will use the Fab Marketplace to import our environment, free one. We will go to Fab and then write mine, search. In the price category, choose a free. It's the first one made by Quixel, which is mega scan by the Epic Store. You will open it and add it to the project. Depend on your internet speed, it will be downloaded to your device. It comes with these assets, as you can see, that you can use. We will build a basic one, not a complicated one. And it's up to you to use which asset of these inside the scene that you will be making. So I will wait until it gets downloaded and see you in the next one. Now that the level have been downloaded to our file projects, we will go to all, content, scene old mine. We will go to assets, custom first, inside mine cave, and I will drag and drop. Make sure that this pivot point is pointing straight to the world coordinates. If it is not, check this icon here. If it is at the local, that's wrong. Make sure it is at the world space coordinates. Let's move it top a bit. Okay, now the details are showing. From the inside, everything is clear. Let us scale it by clicking R. Scale it uniformly. W. Move. All right. So let me move it to the beginning. Now for our scene, this space is not enough. To have a sequence of the camera move shot, we need to copy that. To copy an object, 3D object, first you need to click on the keyboard, hold and click Alt, then move an arrow from these arrows to copy on the axis that you want to make the copy at. For me, I do not want to make it at the x-axis. That's not good. Control Z. Alt. Z-axis, that's also wrong. I want it to be aligned. Control Z. Alt. It's on the y-axis. Yay! So yeah, as a beginner, you will be struggling first. Then everything will make sense. Now, if we went down, do we have enough space? Yeah, that's enough. Now we need a floor for our cave. So let's go back to the assets, customs, ground, drag and drop. It is so small. Again, make sure that you have at the world space coordinate. Sometimes it's at the object coordinate, and that will make trouble. Like you see, if I want to move it like that, it's not moving uniformly according to the world. So make it to the world. Now let us see the floor. Okay, yeah, it looks good. It needs scaling at R. Let's scale it uniformly. Okay. Then add the x-axis. Okay. And then add the y-axis. W, move it. It needs rotation at E. Which axis I want to rotate? X-axis. All right. W. It disappears, you see, between the rocks. So you have to be precise, manually moving the floor, or by snapping over here, you can toggle the snap mode and choose the space to be 10, for example. It is on. Now I will move by 10 degrees. If you want more control, you will turn that down to 1, for example. It will give you more control. Or turn it off and do it manually, eyeballing it, basically. That's what I am gonna do. Okay. Now, we need to copy this again to cover the entire cave. If you can tell, something is wrong. Why they did not snap together? Because snapping was not on over here. So Control Z. Let's turn this on. 1, 2, 5. Okay. Now Alt Z. Okay. Now if I click Shift and click the other object, it will pick them both, as you can see. The gizmo have shifted. Alt first, then copy. There is a fix, but I am assuming that you are completely beginner, so let's do it manually. Now I want a variant of the ground. Let's go to Assets, Mega Scans, 3D Assets, and this rocky ground. So drag it over here. It takes time to load into your GPU and your system, so be patient with it. Speaking of which, the best PC specs for 3D work in general, and especially Unreal Engine, it is more GPU focused. So the newer your GPU is better, and the more VRAM you got is better. You can start with a GPU with 16 gigabytes of VRAM to be in the comfortable zone. Now, if you can afford the top tier quality RTX 5090, for example, go for it. But minimum, you should have a 12 gigabyte GPU or a 16 gigabyte GPU like 5070 Ti, 5080, something like that. Or in the 40 series, the previous generation as well. Just make sure you have enough VRAM because it consumes a lot of VRAM with the textures and the 3D meshes geometry over here. Now it shows here. Do you see? E to rotate it on the x-axis, W to move and control. Or you can choose 1, no, 0, 0, 0. You can zero the rotations of this icon. Do you see the details? You have to manually adjust it. Our camera will be inside the cave, moving straight up. That's the shot that I have on mine. Alt and copy. I want one over here. I see a gap. Okay. Yep, that's perfect. Now you can have another one. First one, how does it look? Yeah, that's cool. Do you see the snapping? That's because the snapping is active. So let's hit Control and Z. That's because the snapping is on. So let's turn off snapping. Add this over here. Another variant of the floor. And you can simply build your scene the way you like. Wooden beam. All these are wooden beams. So let's choose this one, for example. Move it over here. R to scale uniformly at all axes. It doesn't matter if it gets out. What matters is what the camera will be seeing inside. Okay, so I want it to be like this. Alt to the other side. Okay. Now shift the first one. Now I have them both. I can go to this side and Alt copy them. And let's make another copy. Yeah, let's make another one. Alt copy. Inside the cave, how does it look now? "3D assets." What do I have? Let's see this rail. I'm not gonna put everything inside. It's up to you to custom make your cave. But for me, I will keep it simple, just to teach you how to build a scene from scratch, how to light it, and how to create the camera and the animation as well. It takes some time to load. So yeah, like I told you, the GPU should be with minimum 12 gigabyte of RAM. 16 is better. The computer RAM should be 32 gigabyte. At a best case scenario, if you can afford 64 gigabyte of RAM for your whole computer system, go for it. It is much better for our 3D work. So what does it look like? Let me zoom in. Oh, this is the railing. Okay, so let's rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. Let's put one over here. Needs rotating at the Y, or no. Let's move it like this. Okay. Alt, Shift, then Alt. Okay, that's for the topography of the cave. Do you see? So if I picked up this one, Shift, okay, it is like a trail, which is good, by the way. I'm not gonna put everything, I'm just trying to make it look like something was happening over here. Yeah, that's cool. Now go ahead, play with the 3D assets, see what you want to put inside your scene. For me, this is enough. I'm gonna save this level from here. Save current level, where is it? Save current level as, name it basics underscore English. Now there's an important thing I need to teach you guys about. Over here, it looks so messy. To arrange it, we can pick up the entire ground, for example, ground draw key, and click right click, go to move to, create, name it floor, for example. Now they are under this file. Let's go down to the inside cave, shift, then right click, move to the floor folder. So they are now under the floor. Now here is a beautiful thing. You see this eye icon? If I click it, it will be hidden from your viewport. Show, hide, show and hide. Sometimes you need to hide the stuff in order to work inside your viewport, especially if your system is a mid-tier system and it is lagging. By hiding these geometries, it will become much faster to play around and move and add other stuff. For the lightings, you can hide it too. Anything you can hide, basically. So yeah, speaking of which, if you are in a completely dark level, how you can switch between modes to be able to work and see stuff around you. Here you can see an icon called lit. If you switch to the unlit mode, this will show you all the base color of the scene. So you can add lights and work even without word lighting. Here you can toggle it back, hide it. Let's go to the lit mode. Show the light, hide the light, show the light. It is important because if you went to the unlit mode and it was completely dark, you can add the light from here. There are 3 types of light: the point light, spotlight, and the rectangular light. Point light is very expensive at your system, very demanding. Spotlight consume less resources. Rectangular light is the best. I use it a lot of the time in my most scenes that I build. It is my most used light, then the point light and the spotlight. Directional light and skylight, those for the exterior environment outside. If there is a window, it will be a different story, but our scene is all about what? A cave system. So we see over here there is no light source entering except of this entrance and that other entrance, which we will be closing, by the way, at the next lecture. So yeah, go ahead to the lit mode, save the level, as basics English, and play out with these 3 assets and build your cave the way that you love. For me, I'm gonna keep it simple with a little bit of stones and wooden beams, little bit of metal, and we will make an animation from the inside of the cave. It renders very well outside. From the outside, it doesn't show because it is a one-sided material. That's in the advanced material topic, which I will be explaining at a different course. So play with these 3 assets, build your level, save it, and see you in the next lecture.